in the When I awake, I'll see thy face. When I awake, I'll see thy light. When I awake, I'll see thy face. When I awake, I'll see thy light. Mother, awake me from my dreams. Mother, awake me in thy light. Hand in hand we're dancing together in thy light. Mother, awake me from my dreams. Mother, awake me in thy light. Hand in hand we're dancing together in thy light. When I awake, I'll end all sorrows. When I awake, I'll know thy joy. When I awake, I'll end all sorrows. When I awake, I'll know thy joy. Mother, awake me from my dreams. Mother, awake me in thy joy. Hand in hand we're dancing together in thy joy. Mother, awake me from my dreams. Mother, awake me in thy joy. Hand in hand we're dancing together in thy joy. When I awake, I'll end all fears. When I awake, I'll find thy love. When I awake, I'll end all fears. When I awake, I'll find thy love. Mother, awake me from my dreams. Mother, awake me in thy love. Hand in hand we're dancing together in thy love. Mother, awake me from my dreams. Mother, awake me in thy love. Hand in hand we're dancing together in thy love.
People who came to Yogananda with faith drew that attunement from him.
But how?
How? Well, as it says in the Bible, all those who received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of God. His purpose was not to show how great he was. His purpose was to show us what we can become too. As he said, what I've done, you could do. But to receive him means to be in tune with his consciousness. You can't get out of the ego by just affirmation. The ego itself is making that affirmation. But if you attune yourself to the consciousness of a true guru, you take his consciousness onto yours, and you see things then from his point of view. You don't become him. Each disciple becomes himself. Once you find God, you see each person is unique as the child of God. God is ever new, and he deemed each person as a new manifestation of himself. So our attunement with the Guru doesn't mean we take on his personality, but we take on his vision of truth, which is that God is the true doer. I remember I was sitting one time thinking how wonderful it was to be his disciple. I was learning and absorbing so much, above all the sense of bliss and love and so on. And he asked me to help him stand up, and he looked at me in the eyes and he said, just a bulge of the ocean. The Guru doesn't think of himself as teaching you. He feels that he is an instrument of God, and he is only a wave on the surface of the ocean of God. That's what we seek to become. And the interesting thing is that when we do find that this ego doesn't exist, we find a true self that is eternal. Each person, even merging in God, he has that memory of having been all these different people. He has that unique selfhood that is always there. So that if you pray to St. Francis, who is merged in God, he will come back to you, not as some God product, but as St. Francis himself in that form.
Morning again, friends. So wonderful to listen to Swamiji. I'd like to start today with a reading from Conversations with Yogananda by Swamiji. You have to individually make love to God. He insisted to us. Keep your mind at the Christ center in the forehead. As you work, remember always that you are working for God and Guru. Always chant mentally, God and Guru, God, Christ, and Guru. Many come here, then pass their time in idle gossip and joking. Well, they won't get God. There are many rats and mice living in the canyon on this property also, but they aren't advancing spiritually. They aren't finding God. It isn't just being here that will get you to Him. You have to make your own effort. Each one of you, in the end, stands alone before God. Finally, the more you do what your mind tells you, the Master told us, the more you become a slave. But the more you do God's will, Guru's will, the more you find yourself becoming inwardly free. Taking this counsel to heart, I discovered for myself, Swamiji says, that it was true. Never had such a feeling of inner freedom been mine as came by attuning myself with His will. This is a very important and subtle topic when we think about to all who received, meaning these were the words speaking of Christ, but any great avatar, all who are the disciples who actually draw. A true disciple is one who draws from the Master, receiving His power, His grace, His blessings. I'll go into that more, but if we think about how do we receive the Guru, we could sit in a satsang and feel his blessings, perhaps. Many were there with Master who sat with him, who came and they went. Swamiji said it was like a hotel there at Mount Washington. People checked in and people checked out. So it wasn't even just being with him. There were people who Master told specifically not to leave, and they left. So it wasn't just his presence. And many people think that you have to be in the body, the Guru has to be in the body to help you, to bring you to God. But there were many who were there who didn't tune in. They didn't draw. They didn't receive from Master. We can think that the discipleship ceremony, when I take that, then I'm in Master's family and everything is taken care of. Well, it's the beginning of a long journey. Kriya initiation. It's another blessing of trying to receive the Guru and his teachings. That's the beginning again of a long journey. Blessings in the purification ceremony that we receive or may get at a satsang. Those are like seeds, but we ourselves have to draw the blessings from each time that we're touched, each time that we meditate, each time that we go to Kriya, each time we get a purification blessing, each time we take the disciple, every time. It's not enough to just stand there and hope that things will work out, that you'll receive blessings. You really, really have to draw those blessings within yourself, meaning there has to be an openness, there has to be a desire to be in attunement with the channel of the gurus, and of the channel of the gurus, the channel of God. Masters said many times, I killed Yogananda long ago. No one dwells in this temple now but God. And as we attune to him, and those disciples who lived with him, they were attuning to a consciousness. They were attuning to Divine Mother. We're attuning to his consciousness. It's one man would put pictures of Master when he was living in the ashram there with Yogananda ji. He would put pictures, he took a lot of pictures and put them on his wall. Master saw that and he said, why do you keep taking pictures? Get to know me inside in meditation and be in attunement. He would say over and over to the disciples, get in tune, be in attunement, meaning attune to my consciousness. And it's not enough to call yourself a disciple, or it was only God who was there inside of Master. And we're disciples of Divine Mother. I mean, Master said himself, someone said, oh, Dr. Lewis was your first disciple in America. And he just didn't say anything. And then he said, I don't call them my disciples. They're God's disciples. He was only there as a channel, but our channel, open, fully open avatar. As an avatar, he was a channel for God and is to come to those who draw on him. And we draw God. It's not that we're just drawing a blessing or grace or whatever. We're there to draw the divine presence. And so what does it mean to be in tune that way? Surely we have to be open, receptive, door of my heart open wide. I keep for thee. If you have this little openness in your heart, that's all you can receive. Master said to someone, how can the little cup, to Swamiji, I believe it was, how can the little cup hold the ocean of God's consciousness? You have to expand the cup. We have to be more and more receptive, open, in attunement. And then you open the door more and more and more and more, and you can receive more. So how much can you receive? I remember at the beginning on the path, I just wasn't attuned. And I'm sure Master was blessing me. I mean, he said, 25% is your efforts, 25% I'll give you blessings and grace, and 50% is God's grace. And also that I'll give you lots of my good karma. But you have to activate that. I'm understanding that more and more. It can't just be, oh, he gave it to me and it's there. He's there. But you have to learn how to, over time, over the years, open yourself, be more magnetic, be more energetic, be more enthusiastic, be more in attunement, be more inspired, be more uplifted, uplift your consciousness and meditation to receive the blessings that are always flowing. Some people receive them and some people don't. It depends on how much you're open to God's blessings, how much you're open to Master. So we receive in our lives. What can we receive from the Guru? We can receive strength, attunement, clarity. We can receive God's power flowing through Master. We can receive inspiration. We can receive ideas. We can receive all these for our daily lives. It's not just that I just receive in meditation, but we want to receive whatever the guru has, you want. And you want to draw that from the guru. So those for daily life. And what to receive, how do we receive in meditation? We receive Master's experience of God, his bliss, his light. We receive what we ask in meditation: introduce me to God, reveal thyself, and feel that your spiritual eye is his. He's putting his spiritual eye to yours. The Om sound coming from him is coming into you. Swamiji said when he would do Kriya, he would feel Master was doing Kriya through him in his spine. And we never want to meditate alone. A meditation with the guru, in the guru, totally in tune with the guru is the way to meditate. To feel like when you're doing Hong Sa, that Master's doing that through you. He's giving you the peace. He's giving you the calmness. When you're doing Om, he's giving you the sound. He's the channel for God to come into you. Ask those qualities. He's giving you the sounds of the chakras. He's giving you the light. He's the channel for that. You can't get that by yourself. People think they're going to uplift their kundalini on their own, see the light, open up the chakras. Well, think again. It just doesn't happen that way. You have to have the vehicle, the channel of the guru helping you, giving it to you. Once you're open enough, and once you expand the cup of your consciousness, even another word I want to use is even disinterest, deep interest and sincerity. I want to know. I want to be able to feel the blessings. I want to be able to feel the grace. I want to feel Divine Mother. I want to know her. Help me to feel her. And so in meditation, what you receive is what the guru can give you of himself, of what he has of God, which is everything. But here again, you have to be open to that. And finally, what else can we receive from the guru? We receive the power to be able to do his seva. Like he told Swamiji, I give you the strength to do what I'm asking you to do, which was a great work. And Swamiji, he didn't passively think, well, he's going to do it. He'll do something. Swamiji was so active. He drew so much from Master. He drew the books. He drew the music. He drew the strength to give the talks. He drew the strength to build the communities. He drew it from Master. He drew it from him. He didn't do it himself, because I heard him so many times after talks. Oh, I felt Master's presence. I felt him speaking through me. Oh, he wrote this book. Oh, he wrote this piece of music through me. And so for all of us, he wants to serve through us. But we have to, again, that attunement, openness, receptivity, willingness, even enthusiasm, joyful seva. Then you find a guru is really with you. As much as you're able to receive, that's how much you will receive it within yourself. Now, I wanted to end with the interesting story that, Master said of one person who said, I don't feel you as much as the others feel you. He said, if you close the door, how can I come in? It's a very interesting point, because you realize that he's always there. I mean, that is such a profound thought. He's always there. It's not like he comes sometimes. He's always there, but he will be closer as you're more open. He helps you the more you can help yourself. He helps you the more you draw him to you. But that presence is always there. It's the presence of God through the channel of the guru. And there was an interesting story of a disciple who he had one lung and double curvature of the spine. He lived there at the Mount Washington, the ashram. And Master gave him the job of driving a tractor. He didn't think about the man's illness. He just said, no, this is what you should be doing. And the man did it. I mean, he had to roll himself off of his bed to get up in the morning. It's because his back problems. But he started doing the seva, and he did it. And And then he started thinking about himself. Now, Master told Rajasi, don't forget where your power is coming from. And with Swamiji, he said to a group of the monks, look how I changed him. Now, what's really happening here? The man was driving the tractor, he was doing fine, and then Master's power, he was powering that man. And then the man started thinking about himself. Oh, I don't really like to do this work. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm not able. Oh, there must be somebody else. Oh, I'm not, on and on. And so and this is what happens with people. And so what happened? He shut the door. And he shut the door to Master's power to help him. And he ended up being so ill, he had to go back to bed. And he was bedridden for some time, and then he left the path. This is very deep to think about it, that where is the power coming from? And what happens is more and more that you're open, the more comes in, the more comes in, the more comes in, until Master is completely living within the disciple, completely in you. What does that mean? That God has completely taken over your life. The Master says, open your heart. I will come in and take charge. As you open yourself, open your heart, your consciousness, Master ultimately for each one of us has to come completely, and the door has to be wide open. And at that point, that's how we realize who and what we really are. We are Him. He is us. We are everything. But that doesn't happen by contraction, worry, fears, doubts. Master came to open us up completely. And think about in your life, where am I not open? Why am I fearful? Why do I still have these bad habits? Why am I doubtful? Why am I lazy? Why don't I want to do this? Why am I not enthusiastic? Why don't I want to get up in the morning? All of these things just close the door more and more. And so we have to be actively, dynamically drawing to receive, active, dynamic, enthusiastically, joyfully drawing in meditation, drawing in our seva, because seva helps us to find God. It's not just I meditate and I feel Master. You have to do seva also to Him for His work, to help other people, to break the ego, to open up completely, to be able to find God. There was a wonderful story of this man who would toss flower petals on the image of his guru as he meditated after he meditated. And at a certain point, he went into a deep state of ecstasy, and he began tossing the flower petals on his own head. And he realized, what's in my guru, that's what's in me. Why are we on the path otherwise? To become like our Master. The Master told Swamiji, when Swamiji said, I don't want to just look like Jesus. He was in a play. He said, I want to be like him. And Swamiji said, the Master said to Swamiji, that will come. So I want to end with this short excerpt from Why I Love My Guru that Swamiji wrote about Master. Master was a true friend of everybody. He saw all as his very own. He was infinitely kind to us, forgiving, supportive, gentle, humorous, one with us in friendship and ever completely loving. Yet he was also careful, always to turn our minds and aspirations toward our own highest potential in God. Never did I see him come down from that high purpose, and always in his calm gaze did I see a complete absence of ego motive, of the slightest impulse either to act or react. He promised in the poem, God's Boatman, to come back if need be 1,000,000,000 times, as long as one stray brother sits weeping by the wayside. He himself often told us, I killed Yogananda long ago. Only God lives in this temple now. And I heard him declare also, I was freed many lifetimes ago. When I met him, he said to me, I give you my unconditional love. No treasure surely could be greater than that sacred promise. He has fulfilled it in countless ways. More and more through the years, I have found him mentally guiding me, leading me toward inner freedom, filling me with inner bliss. I love my guru, as he himself wrote about his own guru, Swami Sri Yukteswar, as the spoken voice of silent God. He was ever and is now more than ever my nearest, dearest companion. God bless you. I'll ask Natindra to join on screen now.
Thank you so much, Dhyanaji. We have a couple of questions. The first one, Dhyanaji, is so when I'm able to draw God's power, then will I not have to put any effort on my own, and will my life become perhaps easier?
No, it's continuous. Every day, every moment, every second, you have to keep drawing. I mean, you could say that if I have something to eat, will I never need to eat again? No, you have to keep trying. You have to, 25% of the whole journey, you have to keep trying to the very end. And Master can help, but isn't it an amazing thought that God can't even save you if you do nothing? Guru can't even save you if you do nothing. You have to use your own will, God-given will. And as you do that, you find that all the help you need is there. But you have to make the effort. And our path is one of warriors, strength, energy, determination, true discipleship, not saying the guru is going to tap me on the head and I'm going to be liberated. It doesn't happen. Your effort is extremely important. And Master said that repeatedly. And then?
One last question, Dhyanaji. Could you share some examples of how Swamiji and our gurus received the power of their gurus and what they could do with it?
Well, here's one of Master. He was on the ship coming from India to America, you remember, and he couldn't speak English hardly. And they wanted him to give a lecture, isn't it? And he kept praying inwardly to his guru. This was just in daily life. He kept praying to him to help him. Because he said, yes, he would give it, but he stood there and people laughed for a while. And then he felt his guru saying and heard him, you can speak. And he gave a talk for around 45 minutes. He didn't really know what all he said, but later he said that, but they said he gave a great talk. That was the power of God. And also, so many, all you have to do is look in the autobiography of a yogi. There are so many stories. Rama raised from the dead, Master getting his high school diploma, two penniless boys in Brindaban, over and over and over. Swami Sri Yukteswarji, when he was ill, he gained 50 pounds in one day from Lahiri Mahashaya, just over and over and over. And with Swamiji, I saw him, you saw him, different ones of you saw him when he was near the end of this incarnation. He could barely talk. I mean, not barely talk, but he couldn't walk very well. And he would go to a talk because he just kept saying, I just have to go. I have to go. All those people are going to be there. And he felt Master's presence as soon as he stood up. Sometimes he sat, but as soon as he started talking, boom, there was Master there. Who spoke? Who speaks? Think about it. It doesn't take much thought. I mean, and he said afterwards he would kind of just go back to the way it was. But that was Master's power. And how did Swamiji, Master told Swamiji that, and when he was 22 years old, Swamiji asked, will I find God in this lifetime? Master said, yes, but don't think about it. He was 22. He served Master 65 years. Now, how did that happen? He could have said yes and hit him on the head. Okay, now you're finished. He gave him a whole lot to do between 22 and the time when Swamiji left his body. He gave him a whole lot to do. And Swamiji said he didn't know where Kriyananda ended and Yogananda began. He just was so in attune with his guru. He was in complete attunement with them, and he found God. How did he find God? That's the biggest thing in itself. Guru's power. You cannot find God without it. All those who received him, who drew that power, who drew the magnetism, drew everything out of the guru. It's a subtle topic, but I hope some of you understand it. In meditation, you can't just sit there. You have to draw that power to meditate deeply from Master. Draw the power to go breathless. Draw the power to hear the Om. Draw the power to go deep in the spine. It's all there, but for some people, it's a thick curtain and nothing. They don't feel anything from Master. Some people, it's a thinner curtain. Some people, the curtain is opening. What you want is the curtain is open wide. It takes time, but don't wait till you're 50 years on the path. Get started now, and you'll find that what I've discovered is it's so sweet. He's always there. It's like he said, where were you? I was there all the time, but you weren't there. So we can only do what we can do, but do your best. Don't go in there and sleep and look at your watch and your phone. I've seen some people at satsangs major satsangs. They look at their phone the whole time. Do you want to come back another lifetime for a phone? Think about it. Best to get the teachings while you have the good karma to be able to get them. God bless you all. Thank you, Nitendra. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.